Okay, so this video is to help KVA students get some data to do some calculations on the carrying capacity of Tiger Prairie squirrel population. This also might be helpful for face-to-face students that just need some help understanding how to do the calculations. So what we want to do often when we do land management, whether we're following land ecosystem decline or we were interested in introducing a population of a species back, even something like cattle, back onto the land, we need to know whether our vegetation or our food can carry a population of that species, and we'll want to know how many of that species this land can, for instance, feed in our case. So what we're going to do to kind of show how people go about doing these calculations and understanding how their vegetation on their land affects the carrying capacity of the population, we're going to look at how many squirrels per year the Tiger Prairie oak tree population can sustain. So for people that are doing face-to-face, you went out, you got some data from your trees, you went out and got your circumference data. Because one of the ways that we can look at how many squirrels our Tiger Prairie oak trees can support is by understanding how many acorns they produce. And the way that scientists do that is by actually calculating the diameter of the tree, and they have a very good correlation between diameter and the kilograms of acorns that are produced. We know how many acorns a squirrel needs, and therefore we can calculate that. So that's what we're going to do. Now, if you are in face-to-face, you have already gone out and you have, for instance, remember, so I want to mention this, it's very difficult to get diameter, right? How are we going to get a diameter of a tree without like drilling a hole through it? So that's not what we're going to do. We're going to actually do circumference. Then we're going to take the circumference and we're going to convert that mathematically into diameter and then to kilograms, to kcals, and then to squirrels. So basically what the face-to-face students are doing today is they're going to go out to the tree, and if I am a person, let's say, like this, and this is the tree, they're going to go out at about armpit high, and they're going to wrap a string around the tree, and then they're going to take that string and measure how long it is. That will give them a circumference. So for you guys at home, I'm going to ask you to do that for 2 trees in your yard, oak trees, just to understand how scientists or how people find tree measurements in this way. Now, we're going to then take our diameters and convert them to circumference. Because this data, this is acorns, it didn't come out very well, in kilograms versus diameter of oak trees. So this is acorns in kilograms, and then this is diameter. As you notice, it gives us a really nice straight line. A couple years ago, we did this all with Google Sheets, but we're going to do it all by hand. So if I get my diameters, I can use the equation of this line to find out how many kilograms of acorns I have, and on and on. So we're going to walk through the calculations. All of the calculations and your work is going to go in this table, whether you're face-to-face or you are KVA. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do next. Now I'm going to assume that we went out and got some circumferences. These are actually real data that we did several years ago. We went through the whole Katy High School campus and calculated this and calculated how many squirrels the Katy High School population would carry. All right, so what we want to do next is we want to go from circumference to diameter. You're going to do this 5 more times. I'm going to do tree 1 with you. All right, so if we look at this, we went and did our circumference. We're going to check, right? Now, we need to convert circumference to diameter. So what we do is we take our circumference, we divide it by pi, and that will give us our diameter. So you're going to go to each one. I'm going to take my circumference. I'm going to divide it by 3.1415, and that equals 33.1 centimeters. That is the diameter of a tree that has a circumference of 104 centimeters. Now here's the really cool part, and we have done this before, but we're going to do it by hand this time. What we did is we found this a really good correlation, as you can see, between kilograms of acorns in diameter. So this is the equation of our line. Our line looked like this. So this little thing, remember when we clicked equation, and we've all done this, we got star x minus 3.26. That is the equation we got. So basically what this is saying is y, which is acorns, kilograms of acorns is equal to 0.22 times x, which is diameter, minus 3.26. So if I want to find this, all I have to do is substitute that in for each tree and solve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my equation of the line. This is y is equal to 0.22 times diameter minus 3.26. So in the case of this tree, 0.22 times 33.1 minus 3.26, and that turns out to be 4.02 kilograms. And if you notice, this is per year. This calculation is done. I'm going to go ahead and box my answers too. Hope you do that too so I can see it. This is how many kilograms of acorns this size of tree will produce in a year. What I can do now then is convert that to calories. That's what we use to measure food, right? If we want to know how many calories acorns we need, let's see how many calories they have and how many calories a squirrel needs to survive. So let's go back to our paper. It says that 1 kilogram of acorns will yield 4,500 kcals of energy. All right, so let's convert. I've got 4.02 kilograms acorns per year. I'm going to say that 1 kilogram is 4,500 kcal. Put that in my calculator, and I get 18090 kcal per year. That's good. All right. What I want to do next is convert that to squirrels. How many squirrels will that feed? That many kilograms. We know that one squirrel, they're about a half a kilogram each. One squirrel needs 137 kcals per day, but of course we are doing this for a year. So we're going to have to go to kcals per day to per year. So let's do that next. So one squirrel, I'm sorry, I'm going to start with kcals, 18,090 kcals per year, right? Now we know that one squirrel needs 137 kcals per day, and there are 365 days per year. So when I plug all that on my calculator, I get 0.362 squirrels per year. Days cancels, actually squirrels, not squirrels per year, sorry. Year cancels, kcals cancel, and I'm left with squirrel. So I have 0.362 squirrels will be supported by that tree. And what you're going to do is you're going to do that for every single tree. And then you're just going to add up all your squirrels. And we might find how many squirrels our Tiger Prairie will support by doing the calculations in this way.